Coach in the Blacksmith round 5,
I'm the coach.
and I am the Blacksmith.
Good evening, Blacksmith.
Yes, sir.
Full transparency, we had a little street therapy before we started.
Sometimes you need that.
Damn. I got a full plate right now. And I wanted to go in one direction today, but I was like, damn. Like all day I've been thinking about I've been doing this. I remember last time we were talking about like Les Brown and Eric
Yes.
Thomas and all those guys, and
Yeah.
like how to like your dreams and living your dreams. So I was thinking like, man, like when I was a kid, like, you talk about like goals and stuff like that. And, when I was a freshman, 8th grade, I think I was decided, I wanted to be a.
What happened?
See, I look like I had a belly, motherfucker.
Okay, so we're good?
Yeah.
Sound good?
All right, here we go.
All right, so Les Brown.
Take
Take
two, motherfucker.
Yo, I don't like you being this tall, but.
I know. Just full transparency, I'm not taller than the Blacksmith. I'm actually, this is the difference between us if we were standing. I raised up my seat just to be cool, and I don't want to lower it because it feels like it would just take too much effort to do that. And right now, I'm not feeling it.
So what were you cooking today?
Okay, so anyway, so I'm
idea-wise?
thinking about like Les Brown. I listened to some motivational stuff, and I was listening to this Fear one that he has, and it's pretty cool. I was talking about it. But I wanted to think about when I was a kid, one of the most motivational things that I'd ever felt in my life. So all the Rocky movies, and
Yeah.
people always make jokes. I have literally Rocky Balboa movies. Like Sylvester Stallone in my house means something. Like all bullshit aside, I know they're fake, and I know they're loosely based off some guy from New Jersey or whatever.
Yeah, there's
liquor
documentaries
salesman.
on
Yeah,
them.
liquor. But
Yeah.
the story itself. But so, anyways, I remember Rocky 3. We were in the movie theater. Actually, went to see it at the movie theater with my friends.
Okay.
And I remember it was packed, one end to the other. And I remember literally, I just got goosebumps again. God,
That's
all that
real.
stuff. Yeah, that's real. So I remember standing up in that thing, going crazy when he's fighting Clubber Lang in the last fight. And even when he got knocked out, it was like, damn. You felt like, you knew it was coming because he was just a little too cocky. He was feeling good about himself.
Yeah.
Had the hair, the suit. I don't need to work hard anymore. I got some fake opponents, and Mickey's looking out for him. And then and Clubber Lang is serious. He's in the dungeon. I call it the
Yeah.
dungeon. He's doing the pull-ups on there with the rope and just ready to kick some ass, Mr. T. But I remember that fight, like, man, it was like real. And I remember, hearing "Eye of the Tiger."
Oh, yeah.
And that was like the anthem of success. So fast forward, I had a 30-year reunion for a state finals thing on Saturday.
This Saturday?
This Saturday, just passed, yeah. And yesterday, right?
No, dude. That
What's
was
today,
2
Monday?
days ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's all good.
All right. So there you go. Anyways, so during this football game, we were talking about a moment, like we were talking about what was the best moment we had in high school football that we could remember. And, everybody thought, it's going to be the state finals and winning the state finals and beating this team and playing against this guy. And, we had played with a couple athletes like Desmond Howard, Elvis Scurbach, some
It's
NFL
probably when
guys.
you guys all were in the locker room naked together.
No,
Okay.
no, it was not. But it wasn't even close. But I don't even like where your head's at.
Bust up tonight, bro.
Yeah. But shit. How do you come back from that?
No, what was the best
So
moment?
the best moment. So we're all saying, and it was like a consensus. So we're playing this team called Massillon, Washington. If anybody knows Massillon, Washington worldwide, they're like, it's Chris Spielman's team. It's a team that, they give you footballs when you're born. It's a huge football town. But anyways, we're playing Massillon and Massillon. It's like a professional stadium. They have mic'd referees and everything. People on both sides of the stand. You get, 15,000 people watching the game or some crazy number. Anyway, so we're in the pregame. We do this thing called, where we do this V where we line up and we do some stuff. And it's really early in the game. And, we're just doing not even for the warm-up. It's just like your walkthroughs. So we get there and we're starting to do stuff. And all of a sudden, the Massillon comes out, this team, and they're the Tigers of Massillon. And we're all lined up, just kind of loosening up, and they start playing "Eye of the Tiger," the music, and I'm like, dude, I am like ready. I can't begin to tell you how I'm feeling. So we do this thing called, we are this, we are that, we are the, and we're supposed to do 3 of them each time. Well, I got the first one. By the second one, I was ready to. I'm literally ready to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and I just said, "Fuck." I don't know what I did, but I just gave like a motion. And there's like 50 guys. We're in the middle of the field just kicking the shit out of each other.
No
Listening
way.
to Eye of the Tiger.
No
like
way.
That was our warm-up. The coach, and I remember the coaches, no one said anything. We were literally running up and down, just knocking the shit out of each other, hand fighting, just knocking each other.
Each other or the other team?
No, us. This is in the pregame.
Wait, the other team or who?
The other
are
team
you
was
hitting?
watching each other in the warm-up.
What the?
We just start going at it. Just start knocking the shit out of each other.
Okay.
So I start talking about this, and they're like, dude, my friends, we're all little men now, and they're like, yeah, that was the single greatest burst of energy they'd all felt in their life. They've never, even after you won the state title,
Yeah.
they said that was something that was so like just organic and just
Yeah.
it just happened.
Yeah.
And I never said anything. It was like an ant. Like somehow I communicated everybody. I literally got to the first one, second one, I'm like, fuck it, that's it. And we just went nuts. And I remember my buddy Scott Patch running down the thing and just drilled me, like hit me hard.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go down. It wasn't that big.
Of course not.
But I didn't. No, I did not go down.
Yeah.
But I fucking felt that.
I bet.
But it was just nonstop. And I just remember the coaches not saying anything, just being around us, just kind of like standing there, like, okay, well, this is what they need to do. And we ended up beating Massillon, and Massillon ended up beating 14-7. We had a kid, Tony Miller. He was a tough quarterback. A couple first-time Ohio guys on that team, but. It was just great, but that whole Eye of the Tiger, my thing was that whole Sylvester Stallone. Like as a kid, you know, I heard that music, and I mean, I could hear that today. And if I'm getting towards like game time, if anything, even if I'm coaching and kids are getting to, so there's a kid named Austin Tomowitz. He's a state qualifier for us as a wrestling coach. So it's a few years ago, and Austin's going. He qualified for state tournament, and he's getting ready to go for third and fourth. So there's this I think it's Rocky 5, Rocky 6 or whatever. So he's talking to his son. You know, he's talking about like. When I used to hold you up as a baby, you know, and you know, and you were something, you know, and he's like, and you let somebody else put a finger in your face and tell you who you are, you know, and he goes out with this whole speech about that, and it's a very motivational speech about who you are and what to do, and man, I showed it to Austin, and I wasn't joking, and at first. Like he thought I go here, watch this video, you know, and he saw, you know, Sylvester Stallone, it's like Rocky,
Yeah.
and I showed it to him, and I saw the transition in his body language as he got to the end of that speech. I wish I had a tape. We got to learn how to do some more like audio stuff because
Yeah.
I'd love to have played that speech right now. But no, it's great because I played it for him. And man, I've heard another emotion. And I remember looking at him and just watching the transition. He literally he went from smiling, laughing like that, and he was just like. And they handed it back to me and went out and kicked this kid's ass from Youngstown. And it was a tougher kid than him. The kid was a beast, and he ended up beating him. So it was just an awesome moment. But having like that Sylvester Stallone as a kid growing up, like I don't know who they have today. Like who does the millennials or the generation, who do they look to for motivation? Like I had Arnold. You know, I saw Pumping Iron when I was a kid. I was a young kid. I was like, 10, 12 years old. Seen Pumping Iron for the first time, looking at the six steps of what you looking at, bro?
Just that error that popped up, but I think we're good.
That's an error. That's just telling us we're fucked up.
No, it sounds how great we're doing.
I
don't know.
Like even the fucking thing tells we're messed up. But I got to make a conscious decision to not over swear. I think it's natural for me. This is how I talk.
Yeah.
Because this is how I talk with my friends or anybody else. So I feel like it's just who I am. But I want to make sure it's not offensive in a way. Like it's more. But I feel like it is. This is just how I talk.
It's all right. Do you, coach?
But anyway, so like, yeah. So, you know, I'm not coaching kids. If I was coaching kids, obviously I wouldn't be saying F-bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe I would be. But sometimes you got to eat a little nutty. But anyway, so you got but who do the kids look at today?
Yeah.
Like for motivation, like But I don't think these guys look at Les Brown or like that. What's that Goggins guy?
Yeah, probably not as much
Roger
as they
that.
should.
No, because we had that guy that we looked at like just an inspiration.
Yeah.
Like when you needed to find like, hey man, like Sylvester Stallone had this goal. You know, he just wanted to finish the first Rocky. What does he want to do? He just wants to finish the fight, and he ends up wins, goes the distance. Then he wins the second. But it's about having these like almost unrealistic goals. And being lucky and just having the opportunity to accomplish these goals. And I think that had a huge impact. I guarantee you on just the kids of the people of my generation. They'll laugh, oh, Rocky Balboa,
No,
but I
but
guarantee
it was
you
real.
it was real. It was real, man. And I know it was a fake character, but damn. But I listen to Arnold, man. Arnold is like him and Arnold, man. I swear to God, man, those guys they're like icons. They're giants. And in my house, that means something.
For sure.
I don't care if they're Sylvester Stallone. Fuck. Who that? Like, give me another guy that's, you got your Rambo, you got your Rocky.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. I mean, you got, there is one, Rhinestone Cowboy, but you probably never saw that. It's for Dolly Parton.
No, I know who she is, though.
Yeah, it was yeah, you know who Dolly is. Yeah. I know why you know who Dolly is, but it's not because of her singing. But anyways, so that's my thing today. Who do these kids have today to look up to? Like, who are their people that they go to and say, Sylvester Stallone, I mean, fuck, what? I mean, every time the guy turned something out, it was just about, like, a message of, like, rising above, like, something that, like, even a little bit of, chaos or problems. And he just kind of, I love that message. I freaking love it. That's what I want to talk about today. Who do you have? Who do you look up to? Who's your guy? Like, what do you turn on to get motivated? You know what I mean? Like, what is the thing you listen? And I know I'm putting him on the spot, but
No,
that's the
a fair
whole point.
question.
Like, who is the guy that if I need to go, like, hey, I got to get focused. I got to get in that zone, heightened level of awareness without anxiety. Like, who is the person that you would turn on? Like, I would listen to Eye of the Tiger. I would watch a Rocky movie. I'd listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger just talk about life and hard work. I mean, here's Arnold Schwarzenegger. The thing about Arnold that you don't realize is that fucking guy came over, barely learned any English. People are telling me, oh, you're never going to act. He was a laborer for Franco Colombo, when he was a bricklayer. He was a bricklayer. He was a laborer. Now, the guy's like millions of dollars, been successful in multiple businesses, art, planes, acting. I mean, you name it. The guy's, what a success. I mean, heck, how is he not a model for being a good person? And he's against gerrymandering. He's a real Republican. I love that about him. He's fiscally conservative, socially liberal. I love it. I love listening to him.
Let's vote him in for president.
Well, he wasn't born here.
Oh, yeah.
But you know that, right?
Yeah.
You have to be born here to be president.
Yeah, in like 36 or at least 36.
35. You were close,
okay,
man. Dude, that's a W in my book.
Dude, I just started
That's
voting 2 years ago, so I don't really.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 2 years ago. Now, would you not to get sidetracked too much, but this is a good question because Joe is in his early 30s. So, Joe, young people don't vote.
Yeah.
Women, minorities, they don't vote. And I think mainly because they don't feel like they have a voice. I mean, when you're looking at like things like
we don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Tough.
So like if we're gonna pretend like my one vote matters, then like we could play that game, but it really doesn't. If like I start seeing polls being won or lost by one, then maybe I'll put.
Now, what about I have that sort of same mindset when it comes to like federal elections because I think they're all right. Going back to the Bush Gore thing with the Diebold, they had programmable electrical election machines and they weren't supposed to, and then a Swedish company proved it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it's
but local stuff like local library stuff.
That's why I started.
That's me too. That's what I like. I like to vote local.
Yeah.
Like my senators and my congressmen. I mean, there's too much special interest. My daughter came home the other day from school and she's talking about how she's a college class and talking about how if they raise it, like after like $118,000, you don't have to pay Social Security on that money. So anything under it, we all pay Social Security. Middle and low class pay it, right? But if they raise that cap to like $200,000 or release the cap in general, like everybody had to pay Social Security on their total earnings, Social Security would be fully funded for a lifetime. Now it's going to, I think, run out in like 2032 because we have this cap on who pays Social Security. The wealthiest of this country don't. I mean, and what's funny is we create policies based on the fact that we may become one of those wealthy people in life. Yeah. And it's 90%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's like the flaw of the system there.
It's
like if everybody could do it.
I don't want to pass this in the event that I become a super fucking wealthy guy.
Yes, it's such a joke.
Yeah. So, but you do vote a little bit now.
Yeah. So just started 2 years ago.
What was the first thing you voted on?
To be honest, yeah. So, Randy Clammer's wife ran for something.
Oh, you're a big, you're a Clammer.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, all right, well, I may as well start. Plus, like, my dad was in politics a little bit.
No shit.
Yeah, and I felt like...
Like, what do you mean, like, in politics?
Local councilman.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what I mean? So...
I thought you meant, like, he gave kickbacks and was, like...
No.
A lobbyist.
No, he was legit.
Is that even a real... Like, a lobbyist, that's not even a real business. It's like, you are just someone handing out money. Yeah. It's just somebody that goes to argue. Yeah, it's just a horrible job. Google lobbyist.
For sure. But no, I don't know, man.
You could be a lobbyist, though. You're a good talker.
I should be a gangster. But
no gangster. You're past that.
Okay, lobbyist.
No. Because I think when you have to be a gangster, you have to understand that you can't realize the consequences. The gangsters don't think of consequences.
Oh, yeah, I think of consequences.
Right, so you could be a lobbyist.
Okay.
A gangster, no. Lobbyist, yes, because gangster has like long terms, and we don't need. I need you around here.
Let me look to see what the job criteria is for lobbyists.
Yeah.
But I don't have a job right now, so this could actually work out.
Dude, that would be awesome. Joe, the lobbyist.
The lobbyist.
Joe, the lobbyist. I love it.
The coach and the lobbyist.
We just got to find a group, a special interest group, that we need to lobby on behalf. Like, what group could we lobby on behalf of?
King of the map.
Fighting rules and regulations. It's crazy. I have a friend of mine that was a pharmaceutical rep. She's like, yeah, we had to donate money out of her paycheck to like a pact that would send money to their congressman and senator. And I said, why the fuck do you got to do that? She's like, well, if I don't do that, he'll never meet with us.
Yeah.
They actually had to pay this guy.
I bet.
Yeah, it's politics. All right, get back to your motivation. Who does Joe listen to motivate?
Okay.
What do you turn on?
That's a fair question.
It's fucking.
Do you know? And I really want to answer that question.
I don't feel ripped today. I feel like I got to do some fucking sit-ups.
Dude, we should have definitely done pre-podcast pump.
Yeah, the left arm looks good though. I'm just gonna.
Dude, it does though.
You press it to the lat.
Dude, we should have did a.
But my bad posture, I get this belly going. It's fuck.
Dude, we're gonna start
getting old.
pumping before podcast
All
from
right.
now on. I just want to say two
nice
things
cycle.
real quick. The first one being is back to the voting thing. It just
Yeah.
had to be done. I think. I don't
Okay.
know how serious I take it, but I think there is some benefit to me voicing.
I do for
Okay,
sure,
yeah,
especially
to a point.
locally.
Yeah.
You know, would you have impacted the election
No.
2016? No,
No.
not in Ohio. We've gerrymandered the fuck out of this state. So
I don't even know.
did I
if
hit you with gerrymandering? I hit him
No.
with gerrymandering. Oh,
Yeah.
This is good because this is like an education for Joe.
always
Gerrymander is how our state politics they district areas, so so you change your representatives in the area, and the Republicans have been very effective at gerrymandering to create the way they literally cut up neighborhoods to make them more prone to be Republican,
Okay.
and shrink the Democratic platform, and they've done it in so many different states. And Arnold's totally against that.
Wow.
But it's like another form of racism, like with redlining and stuff. It's just a way to make sure that you're represented in the state house and politics more than you would be otherwise. If it was fair and balanced based on the population alone, let's say your county, you districted up, or you did it then it would be different. But if you look at Lake County, we're Democratic actually, Lake County, but it's surrounded by Portage and Trump, where we become actually like a Republican area. That's why Joyce is always. That's why we had La Tourette for so many years. Well, he was a good guy, but now we have Joyce, who do you even know who our congressman is?
I don't care.
No, yeah, Joyce is a quiet guy. He's a quiet guy. He don't say much.
I've seen his signs.
Yeah, I've seen the signs. He don't say much.
And then my other thing I had to bring up, what was the thing that you were doing at the beginning? It's like driving me crazy.
Oh, 6'2" sack monsters.
Yeah.
So there's
Like I haven't been able to get over it. Like I've still been here, but there's still like something in my brain. It's like,
so
what was that?
I think
What
it's Chris
was that?
Penn and Tom Cruise and all the right moves. 60. They're sitting they're at a party. Okay, they're all sitting around. You know what all the right moves is?
No.
Oh,
I know Tom
it's
Cruise
a classic
is.
movie though. Literally, it's a football movie about Allentown. I think it's Allentown, Pennsylvania. I can't remember.
Wow,
what
shout out
it's
Allentown.
Yeah, it might be Allentown. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's
Is
a
that the
PA
one where
school.
he dances in his underwear?
No, that's Risky Business.
Right.
But this is a good movie about and the one guy's in a coach. God, the fuck's his name? He's in a movie, the show Coach, whatever. I can't think of his name right now. That's the best part about this, like being on the spot and shit and trying to think this shit through. I love it, man. Just clouded minds.
Yeah.
Like there's
get
so
clear.
much shit in this mind running around. It's like I can't keep it straight sometimes. But anyways, they're at this party and they're all hammered. We're high school kids, they're like stupid shit. But they're like 6'2" sack punch, 6'2". And they go hut, and then just dive at this table and crash it down, and just go for the ball, Georgievich. That was Tom Cruise's, and then Chris Penn gets his girlfriend pregnant at a scholarship to, I think, like Pitt or something. He gets her pregnant, decides not to go to school. And I'm like, the fuck, man? Just because you're having a kid doesn't mean you can't get an education. It was like a weird like commentary on, kids ruin your life. Like almost.
Nice.
I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you ruined that kid's life because you didn't go to school, dumbass.
Yeah,
He's got no
doubt.
choice.
No
the
doubt.
fuck? Oh, a kid ruined my life. Really? Really? He ruined your life? You decided not to go to college because he had a kid. Who ruined whose fucking life?
Yeah.
Long term, he got the short end of the stick. He did not win the sperm lottery.
For sure.
I feel like my kids get that all the time. They don't win the sperm lottery. Good guy. My wife's awesome though. She's super hot. But anyways,
Yeah, she
so
is.
yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully, though. Like straight up.
It's so weird because I'm so touchy about that. I like literally had like when he said that, like I felt warm sensations in my body. I wanted to fucking hit him with a shovel. Like that is so. I have so many issues when it comes to that. Like and it's a compliment. Hey,
It really was though.
I know, but it's just like, oh, that feels so not right. But anyways,
What motivates me?
what motivates? Like, what is your go-to? Is it music? Is
It
it
is.
like so?
That's
It's
it.
not a single person.
Nope, it is music.
But you have seen Rocky movies,
Yes.
like all of them.
No.
What the fuck?
I'm not the movie
First
guy.
three,
Like bits and parts of all of them.
dude. You got to go one. How about the movie The Godfather? Have you seen that?
Bits and parts.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Dirty Dancing. I've watched that front to back.
Well, that is. Who gives a fuck?
I knew that one was good. Yeah.
I
knew
watched
it was
Dirty
good.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I knew that was
Like
good.
Dirty Dancing. That guy Patrick Swayze is quite a performer.
You know that's right. But,
No,
no, so just music, and then there's really nothing.
no one person. So do you listen? Do you ever like Google Les Brown and like listen to that?
No, not really. I know that you guys are really big on that, and I think there is some benefit to it.
Is it because here's my take. Is it because I need it, or is it just something that, like?
No, it's a preference thing. You don't need it.
Like I dig motivate. I like to motivate people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I get something out of it. Like and I've used this shit later.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, that's what it's meant for. No, so
Okay.
it's not because you need it more than I need it. It's just I really think it's like a personal preference type of thing.
Like, and I know this is going to be a weird fucking answer.
Yes.
What music motivates you?
Dude, it really depends
Celine
on the mood.
Dion?
Yes, yeah, so you know because
Dude, I have a really weird song that motivates the shit out of me.
no doubt, some weird ones.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and I think it's because of the association that.
Yep.
So can I give you the story?
Yeah.
So circa 19, I think it's 87, 88, I'm at the World Cup in Toledo, and the United States is wrestling Russia, and there's this guy, Bill Shear. Tough guy. He's a bronze medalist in the Olympics. He's wrestling this guy named Mark Kadartsev. And Kadartsev had been undefeated for 10 straight years. I think he'd won 2 or 3 Olympic golds, multiple world titles. I mean, Jesus, one after another. And he's wrestling. Bill Shear's got to wrestle him. And they're in the dual meet at the World Cup. And they play the song by Whitney Houston, like A Moment in Time.
Yeah.
And it's playing like as this guy, and I'm like, I got this chills again.
No doubt, dude.
Dude,
I love that.
And I got, so anyway, so he's wrestling Kadartsev, and he ends up beating Kadartsev. And like he throws him out of bounds for 3, and he wins a match. And it's like, and then they're playing this Moment in Time by Whitney Houston. And to this day, look at that. I mean, that's like legit. Like I remember that. Like I was like, the place went freaking. That would be at the level of that thing in the football game. That frenzy we called it in the middle of the field, just completely organic, just all natural.
It has
just
like stuff tied to it.
Yeah. And the thing is when you have that, it's not like you're burning energy that you don't have. Like this is pure madness.
Yeah.
Like this is rage that has to come out. Like you can't wait to the game, or you're gonna have penalties. Like this is like we're beyond ready for the game. This is something that type of dude, it was crazy. I love it. I've never felt that energy in my entire life since that day. And I mean, it was like I just gave the signal, and I didn't have to. And it was like we're talking 50, 60 guys just knocking the shit out of each other.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. So that moment in time with Whitney Houston was like. With Bill Shear was like, and I know it's not the most strong guy song,
no doubt,
but man, it just
whatever works. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about genre.
But I hear that song, and I think of Bill Shear beating Kadartsev every time.
And dude, it probably motivates you.
Oh yeah, I could get up. I could go run now.
I know. See, dude, so that's what I'm looking for in music. It changes by the day, by the season.
But your go-to, you know what I mean? Like, I want to give you my go-to, and it's going to be very weird for you to hear. Like what I jump rope to, what I work out to. What makes me think, like, I don't need, like, front, was it when front 242 or whatever the hell it was, or, like, so I don't need, like crazy rage metal to make myself go, man. No. I need, like, things that just make me think while I'm training. Like, think about, like, why I'm doing it, like, where my motivation, my why, I guess, knowing my why I'm doing stuff. I mean, if you're doing stuff really hard, like, really difficult, I mean, you got to know your why, because if you don't have a why, something that's pushing yourself is not easy, and it becomes almost intolerable. But if you put a why in front of what you're doing, like I come in the room every day, why I coach, why I do things. Know my why every time I come into a room to get something done.
Love that,
and then I don't think about what I'm doing or why I don't ask the price. I just do it. Like this is the price today because I know why I'm in here for it.
Wow, love that, to be honest.
Like doing this podcast, I know my why. Like, I feel like we're going to get fucking crazy rich off this.
Okay.
But if we don't, in the event we don't, I think we could, but I think you and I becoming rich would be almost comical, because we would be the guys that be like, just if you need a couple, just call us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let us know what you need.
Yeah.
Like you need 10 grand and you need your kids need food.
Yeah.
You need, could we, if we had $2 million to our name, right?
Yeah.
Like I could set a couple hundred for the family.
Yeah.
Listen, my kids are going to work. Like, I'm not going to get rich and make you sit on your ass, Warren Buffett style.
Yeah.
And actually, Warren did something cool.
I was going to say,
he didn't give his kids money. He made them start nonprofits, and he funded the nonprofits, which is essentially giving them tax-free money.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Yeah.
Yeah. What an altruistic guy that is. No, but I mean, we would be able to. We'd do some fucking good.
Dude, gotcha.
That's why we started a foundation.
Yes.
Which is Zion Clark Foundation, which I feel like that's going to be our option. We'll start fundraising here pretty soon.
No doubt, definitely.
We're right there. We'll give more people some opportunities to make themselves feel better.
Love it. Definitely give back. You know what, Coach?
Did you go through your song though? I want one fucking song that makes you like, if you heard it right now, like not even something you could pick. I'm talking like you hear "Eye of the Tiger" and you get off your chair and want to just go and work out and get something done, like hard, like really push yourself. You push your conditioning, push your just push your body. Like, what would that song be right now?
Dude, so right now, it's going to be different than earlier today, tomorrow. It really does change like that.
Yeah.
There is a rap song that I found today.
Okay.
by an artist I normally don't like, or not a fan of. His
Easy
name.
E.
No, you're about like 20 years.
20.
You're about 20.
30.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking almost.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah. Whoa.
We're in the heavy 30s. I
Yeah.
am a nightmare walking,
Mamma mia.
psychopath talking, king of the jungle, just a gangster talking.
That's what pumps you up is some easy.
No, I just like it. It makes me laugh. You know, it's like Eric B and Rakim. It takes two to make a thing go right.
That should be our theme song.
Yeah, I can dance. Yeah, it should be.
Can you dance?
Eric B and Rakim. Fuck yeah, I can dance. Hell yeah.
Really? Can you?
100%. Oh yeah, I can move.
I say this.
I've got great rhythm.
Really?
Yeah. My hips move great.
Dude, I say this all the time. Since I've been sober, I can dance now. I don't know why,
Really?
but it was like one of the things that came.
Dude,
with
I gotta
being
see that
sober.
because I'm thinking Phoebe running through the park. You know Phoebe is from Friends.
Yes.
Yeah, you ever see Phoebe run through the park?
No.
It's ugly. I'm
Okay.
just saying, I don't picture you as being smooth operator. You might be.
I think I am. Though.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll be like, damn, that guy moves good.
I think I do. Dude, it's weird. I don't know where it really was. Like with newfound sobriety, yeah, I feel like I am a really good dancer, and
Nice.
just I never knew it. I just never let go.
New Kids on the Block type stuff. We could get a dance team together.
Dun, 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 dun.
Get a dance fight team. We could have a dance off instead of fight with people. We'd be like, bam,
Nice.
yeah, popping and locking and shit.
Dude, I bet you can dance.
I get this kid named T. Taddeo, Anthony. This kid, this motherfucker could, man, he was just amazing. Fucking amazing with fucking breakdancing. I don't know how the fuck he did it. I wanted to beat him up just because he was so good at it. I'd
Really?
be at home in the mirror being like, how in the fuck is this?
Were you like a
No,
breakdancer?
no. I was no, man, no, I wasn't. I wish I
I'll
was.
get the
at times.
cardboard.
Dude. I
I'll
would
get
love
the cardboard
the
right
windmill
now,
and shit,
bro.
I don't know how they did it. I'm in awe of their talent. I'd be like, fucking. I'd be talking shit during the day. I'm like, that sucks. Me, I'm thinking, damn, I wish I could
you're
do
at
that.
home.
I'm like, how the fuck does he pass that to the other guy? And he's like, and I'm like, robots, fuck it, man. And they do this thing, I could do that, but the whole windmill thing and that, I was like, fucking guys are skilled, man. Pissed me off. He's talk shit about him all the time. But here we get T-Tattoo. He'd come in here and show us some shit. Get a little dance team going.
What's your song choice right now? If you gotta go out there right now, and
If I gotta go, my go-to is always Eye of the Tiger. But if I'm
Love that.
jumping rope, and this is gonna be way back, I listened to the Stand By Me tape when I was
by me.
Now the reason, you know why that motivates me, because I had no choice. Like there was no other tape in my house.
Really?
Like that was I'm thinking it almost is weird. Like then I got Born in the USA, which that changed a lot. That was a
that's a
good one.
banger.
Born down in it. Yeah, that was
You
awesome.
want to hear something about Stand By Me?
Yeah.
That's me and my mom's song.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's like
That's nice.
I know.
That's nice.
That's so wild that you'd shout that song out. Shout
It's
out,
weird.
Mom.
The world. Yeah. Shout out to Mom. She's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know her, but she seems very cool. I mean, if
Yeah,
any
well-
indication of you,
Well,
you got to be some version of your parents, right? We're some version of them.
oh, dude, you got me.
Hopefully,
my
we're the
dad.
best version.
No,
you
I'm
know.
like the tainted version of my father.
Taint.
Like he's like the pure, like
Really?
Yeah, he's like the ultimate version, and then you have like me that's like a cut tainted version of him.
So you're like, I don't like to phrase it like this, but you're like the wild, crazy version of your dad. Like if your dad had a personality that was a little left to center,
Yes,
it would be you.
It would be me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not my father. I wish I was. That fucking guy is like he's like the bus driver. He's like De Niro in Bronx Tale.
Okay.
He's the fun guy that gets up every day
Yeah.
and goes to work, and he's a tough guy. He's just
Yeah.
I wish I was as tough as that fucking guy. He is a badass dude. Now, physically fighting wise, that's not his thing, but that's not how he'll outwork you. I mean, I feel
He'll
like
outwork
he
you.
he really will. He's a fucking animal.
Who's the real tough guy? You know
He's
what
a
I mean?
real tough, yeah. And he proved that time. I can't do what he does. Could never even the amount of time that guy has spent working his life and it's always something bigger than him. He's never.
He knows his why.
Yeah, he always knows. Yeah, he does. He knows his why. He always knows his why. Damn, it's tough. Fucking make me cry, you piece of fucking shit.
All right, well, let's
No,
end
I'm
it
just
there. I
kidding. No, I'm
know.
just kidding.
But we'll wrap this one up.
Shout
Round
out.
5.
Round 5.
I don't even know how to shut this thing off now because it
Hold
doesn't-
on a second. I'm gonna do this.
Dude, click that center. Yeah, click. Yeah.
Finish.
Yes. Say it.
Go fuck yourself. That was awesome. I like fat on TV.
You got to hit it again, though, Doc.
All right, sorry. End broadcast.